Well, howdy folks, welcome back to the channel. I got another list video today, and by list I mean top 5s, top 10s, and things of that nature. I've got a playlist of those that I'll link in the description. But this one today, I want to talk about 10 musical small businesses that I fully support. And having this channel and dealing with a lot of different products and stuff, I've had the fortune to come across a lot of really cool businesses. A lot of them small businesses, some of them a little larger, but a lot of small ones. And this is not a list to say that only these 10 are great or that these are the 10 best or anything. Just these are 10 that stand out to me that I've really had great experiences working with. And I thought of this recently. If you're a subscriber, you probably saw the recent video demo that I did of this pedal from Electro Lobotomy, and I had a great time working with them. And so I was like, you know what, I should do something about all these little small businesses. Well, let's start off with them, Electro Lobotomy. And this is the only product of theirs that I have, but I've been following their Etsy store for quite some time and their YouTube channel. And by the way, I will put a link to all of these places I'm going to reference in the description below. But this is just a really great pedal, and all of their stuff is really kind of focused towards a noise rock or industrial kind of sound. But that doesn't mean you can't do something else with it. But this pedal is just really fun, really neat, handmade, and their prices are great. So Electro Lobotomy is one you need to check out. And another one that I came across recently, who's actually local for me, is BrandNewNoise, and this is their Space Oddity, but they have several different little things like this. It's just the simplest device. All it does is just do loops. So you push the red button, hello, 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 and then it plays it back for you. Hello, 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 hello. And if you click this, hello, 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 it loops it, and then you can change the speed. Hello, 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 hello. So cool, so fun, and BrandNewNoise is a great company. Richard from BrandNewNoise was super cool to work with. Great stuff. Can't say enough good things about them. Check out BrandNewNoise. And next up is Phonic Bloom. They are the creator of this cool little whale. And I did a video about this, a couple videos about this, and then more recently they sent me their mixtape. And this is just a super cool company. And one of the things I love about working with small businesses is you send them a video like that and they give you feedback on it, things that you did great, or they'll ask you questions about their product. How could I make it better? And that's the kind of service that you really, you're probably not gonna get that from the big companies unless you have like superstar status. So working with Phonic Bloom has been amazing. Love these guys, fully support them, and Glow is just a trip, man. I mean, Glow can turn any ordinary day into something you never expected. Next up is Error Instruments, and they make a lot of little devices that have this sort of format. They call this the Bricky, but they have a lot of different devices like that. This one is the Broken Tape Simulator, and it's a really glitchy delay, very cool, and I've used this in quite a few of my videos. But they have a lot of different stuff, and Paul, the owner of the company, is just a really cool guy. I've dealt with him, and just a super cool guy. Can't say enough good things about Paul or about Error Instruments. So I fully support them. Changing gears for just a second. Next up, Blue Bear. So Blue Bear is a company that makes these really cool Native American flutes. And one of the things that I like about their flutes is they're very simple. You'll see a lot of these Native American flutes out there, and they'll do big old engraved like animals, eagles or whatever up here, and then they'll put engraving all along, and they'll charge a mint for these flutes. They just make it sound good and just keep it very simple. They also have a lot of lessons and things. Like, they're not just about, here, buy this. They're like, we're gonna buy this, we're gonna make it accessible, and then we're gonna teach you how to use it. Charlie Matatoyala, the owner of the company, is Native American descent, and so I know some people don't like to buy a native instrument from someone who isn't, so that if that matters to you, but just a really cool company, Blue Bear Flutes. And another really cool small business, Vibedrums. They make these steel tongue drums, and this was actually the first steel tongue drum that I ever got, and it's probably the best one there is, and it just has this great deep resonant sound. They're beautiful. They use a powder coating method to finish these so that they don't so it's more environmentally sustainable than like spray paint and stuff. So, and they've made them not just to be a musical instrument, but also a therapy instrument. Just a super cool company. And again, if you email the owner of the company, he'll sit there and talk with you. Super cool people, super cool instrument. The Vibedrum. So next up is Zeppelin Design Labs, and they're based in Chicago. Super cool company. Again, I have had a lot of discussions with the founders, and they sell these little kits where you build this stuff yourself. So it's really intended for a DIYer, but you build it, put it together, and then you play it, and their designs are just great. Like immediately from the first thing of theirs that I built, I thought to myself, they didn't just design this, they use it. Like it's clear from the way they've laid it out and the instructions and everything, that they don't just sell these kits, they build these things to use. And I love that about them. This is the Altura, one of their products. They have several, and I just can't say enough good things about Zeppelin Design Labs. And while we are talking DIY, the next one I'd like to showcase is Carver Banjos. This is one of the Carver Banjo kits. I did like a 5, 6, 7 part, I don't remember what it was, series where I put this together, and I just, each day I did a video on it to kind of show you how it goes together. But super cool. They ship you all the parts and you have to finish it yourself. You have to put it all together, but they take care of a lot of the stuff like the fretting, cutting the nut and things like that, and not only is it super fun to build, but this thing is just awesome. It's so cool to have this like minstrel era banjo sitting around. And I am just a huge fan of Carver Banjos, so if you've never been to their website, check it out. And they have all kinds of different kits, lots of different styles and price ranges, so make sure you check out Carver Banjos. All right, the next company I'd like to focus on is KV Gear. And KV Gear is a little unique in that they do not make an instrument, they make accessories, particularly stands. Like this particular stand, so you can see this holds 3 Volca units, and it's just like, look at how smart this is. And you just buy this stand and it comes completely flat packed because, of course you put the threaded rods in there and the dowel, and so it comes in like a nice flat pack. And then you put it together and you've got a stand that'll hold your 3 Volcas. Now, they don't actually make this particular model anymore, but they have some other ones that are, very similar. And they make all kinds of like really useful things where you're like, oh, hey, I've got all these little synthesizers or all these little effects or whatever, and how do I organize this? They make the products to do it. I actually met the owner of KV Gear several years ago at KnobCon. Super cool dude. It's been a long time talking to him. One of their other products that I just absolutely love is the Key Dog right here. Simplest thing in the world. It's just a weight. It's very heavy. I know I can't really show them in the video, but it's very heavy. You set it on a key on a keyboard and it presses the key down and holds it. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's got cork on the bottom so it doesn't scratch. I just love this thing. And anyway, check out KV Gear. And finally, Applied Wizarding, the maker of this super cool handmade all wood kazoo. And Chris from Applied Wizarding actually sent this to me just to review on the channel. But I mentioned in the video, I've done a lot of kazoo reviews, a lot. And this thing blows every other kazoo out of the water, no pun intended. But it really does. This is not just the coolest looking kazoo, but the coolest sounding kazoo you're ever gonna find. And I fully support Chris and Applied Wizarding on this cool stuff that they do. And anybody out there promoting kazoos, I feel like we're kindred spirits. So there you have it, folks. 10 small businesses that I fully support that I would love for you guys to support if any of their products are appealing to you. Again, not to say those are the only 10. I probably could have made it a list of 15 or 20, but just in the sake of keeping the video short, there are 10 that I really have enjoyed working with. Great companies, great products. Thanks for tuning in today. If you like what I do on this channel, I'd really appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up for me. I'll see you guys soon.